Well, life hasn't changed a lot since I won the belt and became a champion, but I just feel like I get more people taking me serious now. I think a lot of people maybe thought I was going to lose that fight, or, she's just another, face or this or that, but coming in and beating Marloes, a lot of people said she's kind of the unsubmittable. She was 19-4 at the time with most of her victories coming by a submission of her own, and having never been submitted, I think that was the last thing people expected. And when I went out there and pulled off a fourth round arm triangle choke, I think people started to realize that I was definitely a force to be reckoned with, and not just another face coming through MMA and going to be whatever flash in the pan or whatever people say. And so it's been nice. I've been getting a lot more signings and exposure, sponsorship opportunities. That stuff's nice. Yeah. Basically, Brian and I moved back up to Washington to save a little money, to spend some time with our family over the holidays. And we're training back at Yakima Mixed Martial Arts, which is actually where we very first began our MMA career. Where I had some of my very first sparring sessions, and so it's kind of cool to go back and see how things have evolved, and it's really nice training with there. And then we're looking to maybe make the move to Southern California, or we are actually for sure going to make the move to Southern California in around March. I think that the women need more of an opportunity to for exposure, in order to hang with the men, we need that equal opportunity to tell our stories. I think people need to identify with the women of MMA and find that, we're not that different from a normal female that you would pass in the mall. We're just girls that happen to have a competitive edge. And, I personally love cooking and baking, and I think I'm, pretty domestic outside of fighting, and I think a lot of people wouldn't expect that. So it's interesting, but we need more TV time. The TV slots, we don't get a lot of exposure, so a lot of people think that there's not very many women out there that fight, which is not the case. There's not as many women as there is men, but there are a lot more women than people realize. So that, and maybe if we could get a little more push from Dana to get us on some other kind of television, whether it's reality or biographies, I think that would really help push women's MMA to the next level. I think the top 5 women in MMA ranking wise, and it can be debated on who exactly in which order, so this isn't per se the exact order that I would say, but I would say Megumi Fuji is definitely up there. I think she's 22-1. She's beaten everyone in her division, besides Zoila, backwards and frontwards, and again, time and time again. And so she's a really amazing athlete. Then there's Zoila Gergel, who's the Bellator 115-pound champion right now. Myself, the 135-pound champion for Strikeforce. And obviously Chris Cyborg Santos, she's definitely up there. She's a powerhouse and definitely setting the bar very high for the rest of us women. And there's also Tara LaRosa. She's been fighting for a really long time, and she kind of went through the 135-pound division, and now she's ranked top at the 125-pound division. So definitely got to give credit where credit's due.